What's up, everyone? CountBlagorath here with an album review. This time, the 2012 Inner Strength Records release of Dead Peasants by I Killed Everyone. I Killed Everyone is a deathcore band that's been around since 2008. This is my first exposure to them, so I'm not going to be judging it based upon past material or whatever. This is my first exposure, so this is my impression of the album, just straight as is. These guys are probably one of the most crushing bands I've heard in deathcore in a very, very long time. The guitar tone they have is pretty much what I would consider be just straight up earth-shattering, ball-destroying heavy. The distortion and the crunch that they have is pretty much one of the heaviest I've ever heard in deathcore. Pretty much only second to bands like All Shall Perish and Whitechapel. So these guys are very, very heavy. And that's just one of the only words that comes to mind when you hear this. The music is very well constructed and thought out, and the guitar passages just seem to flow very, very well from the very heavy chugging breakdowns that will annihilate you all the way to the very fast technical side of things and the lead work, which is very, very well played. The music I find to be very good. As I said, it's obvious that these guys are talented musicians and they're really utilizing it very well, and they're showcasing it in a way where it doesn't come across as wanky or being tech. It comes across as just being damn good musicians that know what the hell they're doing. And that's what I really dig about this release, is it's nothing flashy, it's nothing out there, it's very stripped down and very straightforward, and it lets you know this is our sound, this is what we do, and strap in, because this is going to be one hell of a ride. And that's what this album is just one hell of a ride. 12 tracks with one intro, and the whole album just plows through being this one gigantic, heavy piece of deathcore that will annihilate you. As I said, the guitar tone is one of the heaviest I've heard, along with the bass tone being extremely, extremely good, and it's very well played. I'm going to speak about the drums now. I really like the drums and how well they're played, but I do have one gripe, and it's not with one particular sector of the album. It's just kind of a gripe I have in general, and I'll get to that in a second after I say my piece about the drums. The drums are very well played. The drummer is a damn good drummer. The blast beats are very good. They're full of attack, which is something I like to hear. I don't like to hear blast beats. They're kind of half-assed, kind of tapping a little bit. I really like a straight-out assault on the snare drum, and that's what this has. And the breakdowns are well played, and here's where my gripe comes in. At the end of the first track, A Formless Awakening, is a massive, massive, massive breakdown. I'm not really a fan of these gigantic, really spaced out and stretched out breakdowns. I kind of like breakdowns that are more shorter, I guess you could say. Not exactly in length, but in measure. I don't really like these really, really big dun 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 dun. I'm not a fan of that. I'm more of a fan of the quicker sort of straight to the point breakdowns, and I find myself hearing a lot of those, especially on I believe it's Synthetic Euphoria or the Judas Throne or the Art of Flesh. I can't remember specifically which one, but I know at the end of the song it has another one kind of like that. And I feel like they could have done something a little bit better, like maybe a more interesting pattern. It's the only part of the album, in my opinion, that feels kind of boring. But with that said, everything else is just fantastic, very well played, very well written and constructed, and the vocals are just absolutely beastly. They, in a weird sort of way, they remind me of Eric from Hate Eternal. They have that very extremely gruff quality to them that I really enjoy. Highs are used sparingly throughout the record. They're definitely there, and they sound very, very good. But the lows are just what makes this album instantly recognizable to me, along with the guitar tone. And the vocals are great. Sadly, they're looking for a new vocalist and bassist, and that disappoints me because they were two very, very solid members, and whatever they do next, I wish them the best of luck because they definitely have skill and talent, and good luck to the band finding someone else. But as for this album, it's a very, very good listen. As I said, my only gripe is those breakdowns, but the other breakdowns are just absolutely amazing and fantastic. Like Earth Carcass has just some really ridiculously heavy ones. Even A Formless Awakening at the beginning, it just annihilates your soul when you hear that. And that's just a very, very cool thing to hear. And it's good to hear something kind of fresh, or something that sounds better than what's going on in a stale genre, which I find deathcore to be very, very stale. There being only a handful of newer bands coming out that are actually very good at it, and I would put these guys in that list of bands that are very good at it. If you're into deathcore, definitely check this album out. It's an album that you will absolutely love if you are into the genre. If you're not at all, maybe you'll be into this. It depends on how open-minded you are when it comes to this sort of stuff. For me, as being a fan of very good deathcore, I'm going to have to give this album a very solid 8 out of 10. I'm really looking forward to hearing more material from these guys and hear how they progress as a band, because this is a great, great album. I'll leave a link to their Facebook page down below. Give them a like and check them out. Very good dudes. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. 8 out of 10. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And as always, keep it metal.